Happy Sunday, guys. Today's workout is 3 rounds of intervals of curtsy lunges, left side medball tosses, dual kettlebell Russian swings, and then right side medball tosses. Each interval is going to be 1 minute, and we're trying today to just be moving and maintaining our movements throughout today. So it's not really trying to max out. We just want to use this as an active recovery day to get ourselves set for the next week. So really take your time with the movements, guys. Really try to feel them out as you're doing them, even in the workout. Even with the medball tosses, try to get that trunk rotation, like that full rotation, and avoid using your arms. Really try to use that rotation through your trunk and your hips as you do that movement, guys. So really try to use today as maintenance and just getting some blood flow throughout the body. 3 rounds total, and remember at the end of each round you're going to rest a minute before you start the next round. After that, guys, we're going to cool down with some stretching. We're going to go into that downward dog for 60 seconds, kind of play around in that position, really try to open up our shoulders, maybe a little bit in the lower back, feel that stretch in the hamstrings, in the calves as well. And then we're going to go into 60 seconds per side lizard pose, so we're really targeting the hips there, getting deep in the bottom of that lunge position to open up as much as we can. So great overall, guys. Active recovery day with the workout and the afterburner. Make sure you guys keep it at a relatively moderate intensity today to keep yourself recovered for the next day to come. Hope you guys enjoyed today's workout and afterburner. We'll see you guys next for the warm-up. Alright, guys, so for today's warm-up, we're going to start off with some mobility for the shoulder and for the hip. So we're going to start off with 3 and 3 shoulder rotations in that lunge position. So we're going to get down into the bottom of the lunge, stay nice and static, nice and upright. With that arm, we're going to keep the elbow locked out, everything neutral, going all the way overhead. As we reach that top point, we're going to twist that palm out and all the way through until our palm is facing the opposite way and the thumb is facing backwards to us from that original position. Then we're going to go back to that reverse position, coming back, twisting that palm continuously, and ending up with the back of the hand facing out towards you, towards the camera, with the thumb facing forward this time. Going for 3 on one side, then we'll switch our stance with our legs and do 3 more on the opposite side. Once you're done with the shoulder, we're going to go into that hip. You've probably done this one before. We're going to go from the quadruped position. So we're on the floor here, guys. Make sure we're keeping everything nice and straight, and we're not twisting or flexing in our trunk or back. We're going to try and keep that nice and straight. So we're going to lift that knee up. We're going to draw a big circle all the way around. Notice when I come back here, I'm not going to arch my back. I'm going to keep it tight and just focus on moving that hip joint as I keep that back nice and controlled as best as I can. We're going to go for 3 in one way, 3 in the opposite way, then switch legs and do the same thing on the opposite side. After that, guys, we're going into 2 sets for the warm-up of hollow body marches. So 20 hollow body marches, guys, are coming down to the floor. Hollow body position here, so start from that pike position, tighten up the core, sit back, legs are off the ground, and from here, guys, we're going for 20 alternating marches here. Bring the knee as high as we can for 20 reps here. Really trying to pull with that hip flexor each time we do that knee tuck. Once we're done those 20, guys, we're going to flip over into our inchworm. So we're going to come up to the standing position, walk our hands out to that push-up, go for 1 push-up, and then from there, guys, we're going to walk our calves out, feeling that stretch in our calves. Couple reps there, then walk our hands back in again to open up. We're going to do that 3 times. Once you're done those 3 inchworms, we're going into 5 and 5 dynamic step up. So we're going to get the heart rate up a little bit, get a little bit more dynamic and fast with our movements. So you're going to find yourself a box, or if you have a step, you can go off of a step here. We're doing 5 per side, so you're going to leave one foot on the box the entire time. And as you're doing it, the opposite leg, you're gonna try and lead up and stand up as fast as you can. So, I'm gonna start with my left leg on the box. I'm staying nice and upright. I'm gonna drive through that leg. As I come up, I'm gonna bring my knee as high as I can, then bring that foot back down again. Then again, you're gonna go back up, quick knee, back down again. If you feel comfortable, you can do them unbroken, where you go up, back down, really trying to get nice and springy off the floor, and really powerful through those hips to drive that knee up. 5 and 5 per side. Once you're done, grab your kettlebell, dumbbell, or any weight that you're going to use for kettlebell swings. I'm going to use a dumbbell here. I'm going to grab one bell, going into about squat position here, guys, with my feet, chest up nice and tall. I'm going to push my hips back, let that kettlebell swing back, then I'm going to drive it straight overhead. As I do that, guys, I'm using the drive from my hips to get that dumbbell all the way overhead. So make sure you're not trying to pull it with your arms overhead. You're really utilizing those hips to drive your weight overhead. 2 sets of that, guys. Once you're done, we'll see you next for the workout standards.
Curtsy lunge. So curtsy lunge is like a lunge. You're crossing your back heel over the plane, okay? Then stepping back in. This is a great stretch for not just your hip flexor, your IT band, plus it helps you when you stand up to activate the groin, not just the hamstrings. So for your kettlebell swings, something new that I want to talk about here, guys, that sometimes maybe we miss, we don't mention it enough, is your knee position. So I will see when the kettlebell is going down, things look awesome. As soon as you're about to shift your weight to go up, sometimes I'll see the knees shift. You may not even notice that. But when your knees shift, your weight is now transferring to mid-foot to the front of the foot. So now, I got my lifters on, but you can still see that the weight is off my heels. So now I'm pushing and driving my hips through my quads. So knee position on the rebound is very critical. So when you go back up, don't let your knees scoot forward too quickly, okay? Keep your knees somewhat back to create tension in those hamstrings to get everything out of your hips, but coming from the hamstring opposed to your quad. This is such a common problem that is seen on Olympic lifts, whether it be the jerk, whether it be the clean or snatch. This is your time where you can fix that knee position, which is, for Olympic lift, is that second pull, when you're transitioning from the first to second pull. Now, if that's too complicated, or you're not sure what that means, ignore me, just focus on the knee position on your kettlebell swing spin.
All right, guys, hope that was a great WOD for you. Afterburner today, we're gonna stretch it out. We're gonna start off with a 60-second downward dog pose. So you guys can kind of walk yourself out into this position. So you can get into that push-up and then push your head back into that downward dog, or if you'd like, you can walk your hands in a little closer to do that. The idea here is, guys, we're trying to really get ourselves into kind of V shape when we're in that downward dog, so really trying to press our upper back in towards our knees as we're in that position. Really trying to feel that stretch in our upper back. Calves, you'll feel that a little bit there. If you want, you can kind of pump out your calves, feel a little bit of a stretch there. Hang out in that position for about 60 seconds, guys. Make sure you're breathing. Get your heart rate down after that workout. After that, guys, you're gonna get into a 60-second lizard stretch per side. So with that, guys, we're gonna take a lunge. Shin is vertical, back knee is on the floor. And then we're gonna try to drop our elbows down to the floor as much as we can. Really trying to feel that stretch in that hip capsule there. 60 seconds per side, guys. Really feeling the hips out and then getting a good stretch in our hamstrings and upper back. Hope you guys enjoy that. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the next workout.